Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, let's do the UV unwrapping of this model. So I have shared a video of how I modeled this one. So you could see that. I'll be sharing the link in the description. So firstly, I have grouped this model and when I just start modeling it, I preferably keep this values freezed. If not, I can go to modify freeze transformations. I can do that, and then I've grouped it. Keeping the scale value 1 is really important for so many reasons. So I'll be switching my workspace to UV editing so that I get the UV layout one side and some related tools. I'm not much used to this UV toolkit, but I do some mostly I use tools from marking menu. So I'll be assigning a shader which I've already created. So I'm assigning that shader, which is Lambert shader, and I've got some textures. So the textures what I've applied here is a checker texture with some um, numbers on top of it. That will help me to see whether the model's UVs are straight or flipped. If they are flipped, I need to fix them. So that's really important. So I can just go to the outliner and then start selecting one after the other model. So I press Control 1 and then just apply cylindrical mapping to this. So I'll go to the UV and then apply cylindrical mapping. And then you could able to see here, I will switch off the polygons. The cylinder is vertical. So I click and drag this. Okay. And then I click on the T here, which will bring up the rotation manipulator. So I select that and press J and then rotate it 90 degrees. So bring back the polygon here, and I have applied the cylindrical mapping, and you should able to see here. Okay, one face is slightly offset. For that you can just rotate it and then fix it. You should able to see that. Okay, I've now you should able to see the textures are slightly stretched, and based on the cylindrical mapping UV unwrappings which I have done in the past, I would like to select this line here. This is going to be a big problem here in selecting. So I want to select that line, but somehow that's not there in the loop. Okay, that line has to be selected. So I'm selecting one by one, or maybe I can select one of this line and go to select similar, and then that select all that lines, and then I'm going to select these lines too. And then choose the select similar option and then see if you could able to select that loop perfectly. So I've selected them. Now I'm going to use the cut UVs tool. I can go to the tools here and then search for cut UV tool. Okay, so it is Shift X, the keyboard shortcut, or you can hold Shift right click and then search for the cut tool, and then you should able to separate that line. When it is not separated, it means I might have not selected few of the lines there. So I need to constantly check with that. Somewhere this line has not been selected. Just repeat around all the okay, I've selected them. Now I'm going to separate it like that, and on this side also I'll be doing that separation. So I'll be selecting the middle line. I'm going to cut and cut, and this line here, okay, this line has to be separated, and here this line has to be separated. So how I'm selecting the uh, shell is very simple again. Just select one of the UV, hold control, right click and then UV shell. That will select the total shell there. So I've got all the objects separated. Now I need to unfold them. Uh, this rib has to be separated if you don't want the stretch to happen, or you want to ignore some of the stretches, then you can keep it that way. So what I'm talking, I'll show you. Firstly, I'm going to select this shell, okay, which is the center one. So let me select all the faces and show you what I have selected. So you could see I've selected only the middle part, okay, and the sides are not selected. And once I've selected that, I'm going to use this unfold tool and then this will be unfolded like that. And then when I press 6 on the keyboard, you should be able to see that. And there's kind of distortion happening here all the way. And that's because I have to separate this extrusion outside, okay. So I'm selecting the line here, okay, and then go to select similar and then cut them separately. So you should be able to see that I have separated all of them. Now if I unfold, you should get a much better UV. Still I feel I should select those faces, okay, and then just apply simple cylindrical mapping, rotate it, and then I'm going to select this and I'm going to scale it manually, and then I'm not going to touch it for unfolding, okay. I'm going to leave that like that. This line has to be brought here. I'm going to select all the way here. And the reason why I'm bringing up that is you could able to see the texture here is okay, but here it's of the same level as got separated, so I have to connect them. This model looks simple, but I mean it's simple, but I need to cut it several times. That's really important. um, I'm applying cylindrical mapping and then rotate it 90 degrees. And I'm going to scale them. I need to scale it so that this checker becomes square. Okay. Now here, how is that? I forgot to bring that. Okay. So here, this one is slight extrusion. It's like a box. Okay. So I'm going to select that lines. Okay, and then go to select similar option and then cut UVs. Okay, it has selected all the sides, and I'm going to do that on this side also. Okay, I choose select similar and then cut. Now what that actually does is it will unfold here. So all are unfolded properly. Okay, so you should able to see I have done the middle part. Okay, that's the middle part. So I need to do the side part here. So I'm going to select the UV and then just unfold it. It should become a circle like that. Okay, so when I press 6, you get these textures. Now I'm going to select the next set of faces. That's a cylinder. When opened up, it should be straight. So I have no problem with that. Just I'm going to select them and I'm going to scale it. Okay, now I'm going to select the next set of face. This one should become a cylinder. You could see that a ring, and then again I'm going to select this one and then unfold. It should become a ring because it's this side. Let me see this face, unfold. Okay, don't worry about the sizes. They all are going to be of same size once we unfold. The checker is different, as you could see the size wise. Here the checker is way big. I mean, I need to scale them and then compensate or make them of equal size. So let me start doing that for the next object. Let me see here. So this is a quite simple tool. So let me see the UVs first. There are no UVs. I'm going to choose automatic mapping, or I can choose auto seam and then unfold it. But automatic mapping should be fine there. Let me see the model first. Okay. Okay, I'm going to select this line. I've just had a look over the model. I'm going to apply move and sieve UVs. And I'm going to select these two, move and sieve UVs. And move and sieve, move and sieve. Select all the shell and apply unfold. Apply unfold, press 6 to see the checker. So I'll be selecting the next object here. Okay, it's inside here. And I'll be doing automatic mapping. Okay, and then apply unfold. Now I'm going to select the rim here. Okay, the cutting is quite cross, so I'm going to select that line. I'm going to stitch that with the move and sieve, and then here I'm going to choose the cut. Okay, so I need to check in all sides. Okay, now I'm going to select this one and apply unfold, and that's done. Now I'm going to select this line here, move and sieve, and unfold. So press 6 to see the checkers. They are good. And one thing I do, first let me select this glass or this lenses, hide them, and the UVs what I have done to this model I can apply to them because they are same. So select first the source object and then the target object, go to the mesh and then choose this tool called transfer attributes. Okay, and then just apply transfer. So if transfer is not perfectly happened, then what you need to do is uh, you can try sample space to component and UV sets to current and then try it again, and then you should able to see that transfer happened here. I'll be doing that for that object and to this object also because they're all same. Okay, so okay, this is lens. Okay, it has got thickness. I've done the thickness there. So I'm applying a planar mapping in Z axis, and then you get the UVs. Now I'm going to select the middle line, cut the UV, and then separate the UVs. Now if you see here, the numbers here are mirrored because these UVs are red. So I use the flip tool and then make it blue. Okay, so once that is done, so I'll bring up the next model and then use this transfer attributes tool, and then this model looks different actually, so I have to do it separately, and then I'm going to select this and then apply transfer attributes. Okay, so I'm going to delete the history of all. I'll come here and then apply automatic mapping, or maybe I can use a planar mapping in y-axis. Then you get this model. Just have a look on the model whether this model has got some thickness or not. Okay, if there is no thickness, then the model would get different UVs. So let me select this line. Okay, I'm going to use the cut UV and then separate them. Once that is came, you can apply flip tool, and you have that tools here below. You can bring down in search of the flip tool. You have scale. Yeah, here you got the flip tool. You can just flip it as you wanted them. Okay, so you can explore this tool shelf and then just use them from this. So you can just go here for cut UVs and then cut them. Okay, I've separated this, which brings up this model out. Okay, I'm going to cut this and then apply unfold. Okay, so that is separated. That is separated. I'm going to select that line, apply cut, select the shell and unfold. Now you got this middle. Try unfolding it. Here you may get stretch here when you're doing this. Is like you're forcefully making it flat because it's in U shape. So I've got the top one here. I'm selecting this, cut, cut, and then apply unfold. So I've done the UVs of this. As you saw, it's just simple. So I've got this model here button. I'm just seeing if it has got any thickness. You can apply planar mapping y-axis for this, and then you can separate this. Okay, and then just cut it somewhere. Okay, I've selected that line here. I'm applying cut. Now I'm going to select this, apply unfold, apply unfold. Now this is the next model. Apply planar mapping in the y-axis. Quite simple. Cut UVs. Select that lines, cut UVs, and then unfold. Where you have to cut, where you have to stitch is the real thing about UV unwrapping. So I'm going to apply a planar mapping again. I'm going to select that corner lines. Okay, I'm going to cut UVs and then apply unfold. Press 6 on the keyboard. Now you might be thinking there's some problem here. That's nothing to worry. You can go to the attribute editor. You can go to the smooth mesh, and then you have option for UVs. then preserve UV adjacent corners will generally fix it. Generally, when you have this problem, you can choose preserve edges to corners, that will fix it. But this model is having whole different problem. So when I'm applying mesh smooth, it's actually okay. I need to rely on the real mesh smooth and then do the unwrapping. So I'll choose only subdivision level 1. Okay, and then I'm going to apply unfold for this, and then when I press 6, then you get this problem solved. That's and this model also I have to do very similar thing. So I'm going to choose mesh smooth one because it's really about the I'm using very less number of polygons here, and achieving the look with mesh smooth only. So that's something not correct actually. So I'll apply mesh smooth, and then I'm going to use the transfer attributes. This is not working, so I'm going to use the planar mapping. Delete history first. So let me check with all the models there. So I'm deleting the history of these models. I'll come to this model here. Just have a look on the topology, and I'll be using the planar mapping y-axis. Okay, I just need to cut it in the right places and then it's good to go. I'm going to cut it here. And then I'm going to apply unfold. Okay, that opens up the sides. Just have a look on the checker all the sides. And here I need to cut it just to get that nice ring, and then apply unfold. Okay, so delete history and then select the next one. This model is almost same like what we have done, but it's not exactly same. So I have to apply a cylindrical mapping and I'm going to rotate it. And I'm placing this 90 degrees. And then I should be able to see this I'll use this tool called select similar and I'm going to cut it. So that should bring up something like this. I'll be selecting that UVs and then scale it like that. That's good. I'm going to cut it like that and I'm going to put this inside like that. Let's scale it. That's also fixed. Now the problem is this depth here. Okay, so they need to be opened up. So I'm going to select this line here and this line and then choose select similar and those lines will be cut. And I can unfold this one with this side one also. But the problem is with this line here. Select that face, select similar and make sure that it is selected all the sides and then cut them. So I want that to be separated. Just see them. I've separated them and I can bring up the UV toolkit if and I can unfold them. Okay, unfolding is this. So they are opened up sides. Here This part I have separated, I kept it separate, which maybe you can um, connect it. Let me select this all lines and move and save. I don't want that. Okay, let me select here. I think I need to select this line. Select similar. So all lines are selected and move and save. They all came here. You should be able to see that, right? Just select those UVs and then unfold. They are just opened up. Okay, that's something really, I mean, keeps minimum number of shells. Now I've got the inside one. I'm going to cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it. Okay, select one of the shell, apply, unfold. About the size, I really don't care because I'm going to scale this with a tool later. So that's the checker for this one. So let me select the next one, which is a completely different model. I'm going to use the planar mapping in the Z axis. I'm going to see the thickness of this model. Cut UVs. I'll be using the flip tool and unfold. So let me unfold it. And we got this model. This model looks a bit complicated. So I'm going to select that one. I'll apply planar mapping in the Z axis and then flip the UVs. Just need to cut them. I've separated them at any point of time. I'm going to select that, cut it, and then unfold it. That's nice. Here there is a cut which I'm missing here, and then unfold it. This is going to create some issue, so be careful about, and don't worry to cut it, too many lines there. I'm separating this okay, this corner I'm separating. So select them and just unfold, and that should do. So I need to do on the both sides. And lastly, I'm going to unfold this and this. Okay, I need to check what is this face actually. Okay, it is a thickness which I have to separate it. And then unfold. Okay, so you see there are so many cuts here which are again inevitable. I have to do it to get it correct. I've done this one, I've done this one. Now I'll be using automatic mapping, and then just see what is that I need to connect or disconnect the model with. Okay, this is the face. Move and save. So I've separated it, and the inner part which has got the thickness is now separated. Now this is the thickness of the model. So it can be separate actually because this can give me an overlap here. I think we should stay away from that. Planar mapping, Z axis. I'm going to project that from the front side. This model has got some issues, so I need to cut it in the right places. So that is the rim. I'm just checking where this rim is not continuous. It's continuous actually. Again, I just see carefully where this is not separating the face. I think this inner part is where the separation is not happening. Yeah. So I'm going to cut this one and this one. Yep, that's a problem. That's not the problem of the loop actually. So I need to cut it. Okay, so that it opens up. I'm just seeing where I can stitch them. Not required. it's not giving me correct unfold, so I'm using the cylindrical mapping, and I just rotate it 90 degrees. I'll apply the flip and unfold. So there are some nitty gritties I need to just fix them. Okay, we have small rims here which I need to keep them separate only, but what all are kept separate, what all are attached is what really important. So you should able to see I fixed that by partly unfolding it. If you do it at one single click, you get that weird result. So do it part by part. That should be a nice trick to unfold things when model is too complicated. I'm applying planar mapping to this in Z-axis. Just let me have a look on the model. So I've got this all objects UV unwrapped. You saw it took quite a time. So once that is done, delete the history of that because we have used mesh transfer attributes, and it may affect if we do anything with one of the object, and it's good to delete the history. Once that is done, I'll go to the modify layout, and then pre-scaling I'll say preserve 3D ratio, and I'll put two tiles here. I'm going to put it in two tiles, and then I'm going to layout it. Okay, that's laid out nicely, and I said preserve 3D texture, and that should actually bring up the sizes to the same for all of the objects. I should able to see the texture is somewhere differing and it has not done correct job. I will go to modify, I choose layout, pre-scaling, I said preserve 3D ratios should actually do that. I could see there's a difference in this. I don't know why is this happening. Firstly, the scale should be 1 for all the objects. Let me ungroup it. Okay. And then I'll freeze the transformations, delete the history, and then I'll do the layout again. Okay, I said that pre-scaling should preserve the 3D ratios. It's not working. Let me try that into UV ratio. No, it's not working. So let me open the toolkit here, and we have this textile density. Go here and then say get textile density and select this and set that to this, and then you should get the same textual density for all the objects here. Okay, so I'm going to select all of them except this and set the textual density same. So the checker is same now. I'm going to choose the layout tool, but before going into that, delete the history, edit, delete by type history, modify layout, and then pre-scaling off. Don't do the scaling because I've scaled them. And then your checkers should be of same size throughout the model. Okay. There are some observations. I have to manually place the UVs, which I'll be doing before I take it further into the texturing. This layout arrangement is actually wasting a lot of space. I have to put it manually. I've got some idea. Now the work is little better because all the shells have the same texels. That's good. So once I've done the UV layout, I will take this to Substance Painter and do the texture painting there. You can go for 3 tiles also if you wanted more quality of texture on this. I'll update that whether I'm going for 3 tiles or 2 tiles once I start this in Substance Painter.